Well, we didn't have a single drop of rain in Cape Cod in our 4 days. We head here to Lexington. It's just nothing but clouds and rain, hoping to see a doubleheader later on today. But the guy who always brings the sunshine with a smile, it's Hunter Owen, the man who we came down to see here in Lexington. Hunter, it's great to see you, man. Congratulations on all the success to this point. How are you feeling right now, about halfway through your first full year in the minor leagues?
I'm feeling really good. It's a little bit of adjustment going from, like a 76 game season to 140 something, but, we're a little past halfway now, and I feel confident that, I can keep up the pace that I've been throughout the whole year, and I'm staying healthy. So that's the biggest thing for me.
This was really the first off season you had where you could clearly just focus on baseball. What was really the importance of this past off season and what you worked on to hopefully carry into this year?
I think the biggest thing for me was getting my body ready. Like I said, you're playing, an entire short season back to back, basically. So I think the biggest thing for me was physically. I had to get my body ready, stay in shape, get as strong as I could, and gain as much weight as I could, really, because you lose, I think I'm back to I've lost 15 pounds, something like that, over the season. So I think preparing my body was the biggest thing.
The last time we talked was over the phone when you were preparing for an all-star game. What's been the biggest difference from last year to this year, do you feel, from a playing standpoint, and how you feel? You mentioned the weight loss. I'm sure that's part of it, but what else feels different and better this year for you?
I think more than anything, it's my approach as a hitter. I've grown as a hitter and as a player. More so, I'm swinging at pitches that I want to swing at, more so than, just straight fastballs, how it was kind of in college. So I think that's the biggest thing for me, and, I'm trying to, take that into the rest of the year.
One of the other aspects, and we'll get back to you in a moment, but following around sports for a while, it just seems that bond with baseball, you guys really are brothers, which is why you have so many good relationships with the guys back at Indiana State who are still there and those who are going through the minor leagues with you. One of those guys is Andy Young. You saw 4 Sycamores just a couple weeks ago, got drafted. What does it mean to you to really, yes, you want to have personal success, you want to rack in those numbers, but just that moment for you when you see your other teammates that you played with and other Sycamores also having success at the next level?
It's awesome to see that. I'm a huge Sycamore fan, have been since I got there, and to see, all the hard work that program has put in to finally pay off, and, guys are all, we're all wanting the same goal, and to see those guys reach, have their dream come true of playing pro ball is awesome to see, and it's just, I think it has a lot to do with what Coach Hannes and Coach Smiley and Coach Teagues are doing at Indiana State, and I think that, the proof's in the pudding, and, a lot of those guys have worked their tails off for a long time, and they get to reap the benefits now.
What is it about the way that Coach Hannes and Coach Smiley and Coach Teagues kind of do the business in Terre Haute that allows not just you but so many others to have success?
I think the biggest thing is to not get satisfied with where you're at. There's always somebody that's working and that want to beat you, and I think the biggest thing for that program is, and Coach Hannes, is they put a chip on my shoulder for me personally. So I feel like I've taken that into pro ball, and I keep a chip on my shoulder, whereas I'm not satisfied with how I've done, or I want to progress and become a better player.
How do you keep yourself sane from the standpoint, you mentioned you're always kind of, sometimes that tendency is to look ahead and wanting to get that call to go up like Andy had earlier this year. How do you really just key in on what you're doing right now and not even really worry about whether that call will come?
I think the biggest thing is taking it a day at a time. It is a long season, and if you start worrying about stuff that you can't control, you will drive yourself insane. So taking it a day at a time, and even a pitch at a time sometimes, is the easiest way.
When you think back to your time at Indiana State, what do you remember most about your playing days in the Sycamore blue and white?
Believe it or not, it's not stuff on the field, it's stuff off the field. The relationships you talked about, it's a brotherhood, and it really is. I think the funnest times were, when, just like today, when it's raining, or, we're in the locker room goofing off or having a good time or going out to eat together. I think it's the relationships that you form not only with your teammates but also with your coaches. And, that's something I think about every day. Like I told you, I talk to AY every day. So I think keeping in contact with those guys and making sure they're doing well and, wishing them the best is the biggest thing.
As you look forward rest of the year to continue to live that dream, what's kind of on your checklist personally that you want to see from yourself as you continue to press on? I know you take it day by day, but just a little bit of a big picture look for you.
Well, obviously the goal is to get to the big leagues, and that's in the back of my mind. But at the same time, I want to progress each day and just going about my day, as Coach Hans would say, and getting a little bit better just every day. So I think that you have aspirations to get to the big leagues, but I think more than anything, you have to take it a day at a time and just try to get better each day.
And my last question to you is, Hunter, when you really see the success you've been able to have, there's a lot of guys that look at your path and want to be on that here very, very shortly, or are just beginning that path right now. With guys like Tyler Freeze, Will Kincannon, what's your advice to them as they begin that journey, and really those that may be a year away from getting to the point where you're at?
I think the biggest thing is, don't forget where you came from and don't forget why you got to where you are. It's all about the hard work, and Coach Hannes and the Indiana State staff will be the first to tell you that's what it's going to take. So I think just continuing to work hard and at the same time soaking up as much as you can from everybody.
I don't know if you guys could hear that thunder over the mic, but do you think you're going to be able to play today? Can you get that Hunter Owen smile to be able to open up the sun today?
I'm hoping so, yeah. I'm trying to play too today.
Well, Hunter, congratulations on all the success you've had. It's really great to see you, and definitely keep this up, and we'll definitely keep in touch.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Once again, that was Hunter Owen. For more on the Sycamores, you know where to stay, right here at GoSycamores.com. For Hunter Owen and everybody with Indiana State Baseball, I'm Luke Martin.